Man, I know the game plan in the second half that we was going to go out there and run the ball on them. I mean, we had success in the first half. The few times we did run the ball, we kind of gashed them. So the coach came out and said, we think we can run the ball on them. So we came out just striking them in the second half. And it made success for us.
Listen, you've had big nights, but it not only was this spectacular evening helpful to win the game, it ended a losing streak, and suddenly everything looks a lot better. I know everything is toward this weekend and the rest of the season, but how does it feel to finally undo some of the tough finishes that Auburn has had this season?
Yeah, we had a lot of close games, a lot of tough finishes. I mean, it just feel exciting to get a win. I mean, after the game, the locker room was electric. We had so much energy, so many smiling faces. I mean, everybody was just happy. It's just so much better to finally get a win. And I think going forward, we can get many more wins if we just play together as a team and play together as one. I feel like we can have a lot more success.
I know you can't escape some of these names. I knew these guys, covered them. You weren't even born yet for most of them. But when you think about Cadillac Williams and James Brooks from the 80s, and of course Bo Jackson, the most famous name, to have your name associated with some of these, what does it mean?
I mean, it means a lot. It's a pleasure to be named amongst them three great running backs of Auburn you just named. I mean, Cadillac was my coach, so I admired him a lot the years he was here. I mean, it's very special to me that I can be a part of that group when it comes to things like that.
Well, I mean, you don't. You can go into any football office in America, and those three names will get you a long way. And now your name is associated. So let's move along because you can't dwell on the past. Another game this weekend, Vanderbilt, and then a couple of other big ones, A&M, Alabama, just for starters. So give us the reason to believe that Auburn is about to be the turnaround team of November as we try to finish this season.
I mean, we just showed this weekend what we can do. I mean, Vanderbilt is not going to be a slouch team. They've been doing very well this week. I mean, this season, and they played well last week against Texas. I mean, we got to go out there with our head up and our head forward. We got to strain. We got to finish. We got to go out there and play our heart out. I mean, because they're not going to be easy as they was in the past years. I mean, they're a really good team this year. I mean, we just got out there. We got to go out there and do our job as a team. I mean, we got to go out there, play our hardest, and be the best we could be on that Saturday morning, and just forget about the past. Don't let the past beat us this coming Saturday.
Jarquez, I'm really glad you said that because I think we're focusing in on the 278 yards, but you gave credit to your line, your wide receiver, your tight ends, your coaches. I want you to go back to that because a lot of times players get caught up in the moment about getting the ball and getting touchdowns. But share with us your thoughts on the people that help you make such an unforgettable night.
I mean, without them, I wouldn't have had none of that. Without the line, I wouldn't have had 278 yards, and the receivers blocking the perimeter. I mean, they did a great job all night of straining on their blocks, fitting up the DBs, fitting up the linebackers, pushing the defensive linebacker. I think they did an excellent job of that this past Saturday, and the coaches did a great job of coaching us during the week on the things that happened during the game. I mean, the coaches emphasized us straining during the week, like finishing plays, like if we do a bad play, you gotta do it over because that stuff translates to the game. I mean, you gotta start in practice. It starts in practice. I mean, it translates to the game and they did an excellent job of translating that to the game Saturday.
Jarquez, before you go, I want to talk about something I saw. I think it was from this past summer where you helped contribute to a local elementary youth football team. I know we're in the middle of the season. That was a couple of months ago, but it does indicate your character and what a lot of young men in your position are doing to help those who want to be you, who may or may not get there, but at least have the experience of having met you and your teammates. Tell us about some of your feeling about giving back to the community.
Oh yeah, giving back to the community because I remember once growing up, and I didn't have a lot growing up, so I can just think about the kids that's growing up in today's time. Like everybody, parents don't have enough, so I try to help the ones in need. Like I tried to help the football team, the little league team I played with, and the elementary school that I went to. I tried to give a little something to each one just to help out, to show that people cares about them, that people want to see them succeed in things. So just helping people just shows people that people loves them, and it's not about me. I'm just trying to help people get things that they need, and I just felt like it was on my heart to give back to them during the summer.
And Jarquez, finally, when you were that age, young, trying to learn different sports and make something out of yourself, which obviously you have, what kind of people did you look up to for inspiration?
I looked up to like my grandmother. She was a big part of me starting football. I mean, she started me out playing little league football because I was always running around the house doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. So she said, I got to be in some active sport to calm me down. And she put me in the football when I was like 6 years old. And like growing up, the person I looked up to, I used to watch. He's very old, Walter Payton. I used to love watching YouTube videos of him, like how hard he worked, how hard he did things, like go to practice, how hard he was to bring down on the field. Like his work ethic just inspired me to just be the player I want to be in the future, and I want to be today's time.